The sky above Earth shimmered with the glow of 1,000 stars, but tonight, something was different. Far beyond the orbit of Mars, an alien fleet moved silently through the void. Their ships were sleek, black, and humming with strange energy. They had crossed light years of empty space for one purpose: to make contact with humanity. Inside the lead ship, the alien commander, a tall, thin being with silver skin and glowing eyes, stared at the holographic display. It showed Earth in all its detail: cities, oceans, and the tiny blue planet's defenses. The aliens were confident. They had observed countless civilizations across the galaxy, and they believed humans would be easy to control. "Prepare the signal," the commander said. His voice was calm yet filled with authority. "Send our hail. Let them know we are here. Let them kneel." The ship's systems activated. A beam of light stretched across space, carrying a message in every language the aliens could transmit. It was not just a greeting, it was a demand, a test. The message was simple: "We are here. We know of you. Respond to us." As the signal traveled toward Earth, the aliens imagined how easily humanity would tremble. They imagined the fear in the hearts of humans as their ships appeared in the sky. They imagined submission, obedience, and praise. But back on Earth, the signal arrived quietly at the monitoring stations. Scientists, military officers, and world leaders gathered in emergency rooms. Unlike the aliens' expectations, there was no panic. Instead, humans responded with calm. Precision instruments analyzed the signal. Defense grids hummed to life. Satellites moved into position. And somewhere in the command center, a single leader made a decision. "Prepare the reply," the human commander said, voice steady. "We will answer them. But we do it our way." The aliens waited. They did not expect a response so quickly. Their ships hovered over the planet, glowing lights scanning for signs of weakness. But the humans did not panic. They did not beg. They prepared, calculated, and acted with authority. Moments passed. And then Earth's response came, not with fear, not with submission, but with powerful signals visible from orbit. The alien fleet froze. Their screens lit up with strange codes, energy bursts, and patterns they had never seen. The humans had acknowledged the message, but in a way that sent shockwaves through the alien minds. Inside the lead ship, the commander's hands hovered over the controls. His eyes widened. What is this?" he whispered. The energy readings, the precision, the calm authority, it was nothing like any species they had encountered. Across the alien fleet, whispers and murmurs spread. The smallest mistakes in their calculations now seemed terrifyingly obvious. They had misjudged humanity. They had expected fear, but they had encountered discipline, strategy, and raw power. The aliens debated. Some suggested retreat. Some suggested caution. But the humans had already begun preparations for a potential arrival of their ships, scanning every possible vector. Earth's defenses were silent, precise, and deadly. In orbit, small human craft activated. They glided quietly through the exosphere, sensors active, weapons ready. The aliens watched and paused. They realized that the humans were not just survivors, they were predators of a different kind. Humans could adapt, respond, and dominate any threat. A young scientist aboard the alien command ship whispered, They are not afraid. None of them. How is this possible?" The alien commander clenched his hands. "They are stronger than we expected. They are humans." Suddenly, the alien fleet realized the truth. The humans of Earth were not like the other species they had contacted in the galaxy. They did not panic. They did not beg. They did not flee. They acted with calculated authority and unshakable resolve. The alien fleet froze, suspended in uncertainty. For the first time in history, a species had reached out, expecting to dominate, only to find themselves confronted with power beyond their imagination. And below, on Earth, humans prepared silently. Their ships, their weapons, their scientists, and their military forces were ready. Not because they wanted war, but because they understood survival, strength, and strategy. The aliens' confidence began to crack. The pause stretched into tense silence. Across the galaxy, this moment would be remembered. The aliens had reached out, and humanity had responded. But it was not mercy that came from Earth. It was a warning. A warning that would echo across the stars. The aliens had assumed control would be easy. They were wrong. And humanity, calm, prepared, and unstoppable, was ready to show them why. The aliens waited silently, their ships hovering above Earth. The sky shimmered with the glow of their lights, and every command console on their fleet was alive with activity. They had expected fear, chaos, and submission. They had expected humans to tremble. But nothing happened. On Earth, in the underground command center, humans were calm. Soldiers checked their positions, scientists monitored the alien signals, and leaders studied the fleet through holographic displays. Their response was calculated, precise, and intimidating, even without firing a single weapon. Commander Elena Cross, leader of Earth's defensive operations, watched the alien fleet through her viewport. "They expect fear," she said quietly to her team. "Let's give them something else." Her team nodded. They activated orbital defense satellites, energy shields, and observation drones. The sky above Earth became a web of light and power, silent but deadly. Every move humans made was measured, deliberate, and strong. A transmission went out from Earth, simple but clear. "We see you. We are ready. Approach with caution." The aliens froze. Their advanced sensors could not interpret the calm confidence in the signal. It was unlike any communication they had received. They had assumed the humans would beg, panic, or resist ineffectively. Instead, humans responded with authority, strategy, and absolute control. Inside the lead alien ship, the commander's eyes widened. They are not afraid. They are preparing. But not with fear, they are calm, organized. Another alien whispered, shaking slightly, "We have underestimated them. All our observations, they were wrong." Earth's drones moved into orbit silently. They circled the alien ships, scanning, analyzing, and sending real-time data back to the command center. The aliens could sense the humans' awareness growing by the second. They realized every movement they made was observed, anticipated, and calculated against. Humans deployed non-lethal displays of power, energy pulses, electromagnetic scans, and light projections. The alien ships were immobilized briefly. They had no idea how Earth had done it. Yet there was no panic among the humans, only discipline and quiet strength. The aliens debated in hushed tones. "Should we retreat?" asked one. "Or surrender?" another whispered. But the commander of the fleet shook his head. "We cannot leave now. But we must act cautiously. These humans, they are not ordinary." As minutes passed, the aliens realized a terrifying truth. Humans were survivors at the highest level. They were not only able to defend their planet, they could control a situation, neutralize threats, and remain calm under unimaginable pressure. In the command center on Earth, Elena Cross studied the alien signals. "They are confused. Good. Keep monitoring. They will learn quickly that Earth does not bow." The aliens sent another signal, a demand this time. "We wish to speak. Stand down your defenses or face consequences." Humans responded again, calmly but firmly. "We stand ready. Your actions will determine your outcome." Inside the alien fleet, ships began to pause, freeze, and hesitate. They were trained to conquer, to dominate, to intimidate, but they had never seen a species respond with control, intelligence, and unshakable confidence. The lead alien commander gritted his teeth. "They are not just intelligent, they are predators in their own way. Their technology, their tactics, it is not fear we see in them, it is absolute mastery of survival." Back on Earth, drones continued to circle the alien fleet. Every alien movement, every attempt at a threat, was calculated, anticipated, and countered. Humans were not fighting, they were teaching the aliens a lesson in respect and caution without firing a single shot. The aliens began to murmur among themselves. "We underestimated them," one said. "They are stronger than our entire fleet anticipated." The commander nodded slowly. "They are humans, and humans are dangerous when they choose to defend their world." For the first time, the aliens realized the truth. The planet they had expected to dominate was defended by a species beyond their imagination. Calm, strategic, powerful, and merciless if crossed. And as Earth's signal continued to shine like a beacon across the void, one thought spread through the alien fleet. These humans do not respond with fear. They respond with power. And we are unprepared for it. The pause stretched into tense silence. For the aliens, every second became heavier. For humans, it was just another day of vigilance and control. The galaxy had never seen humanity like this. And the aliens had just received their first warning. The alien fleet hung silently above Earth, their lights flickering nervously. They had expected submission, fear, and trembling civilizations. But what they found was human calm and preparation, a force they had never imagined. Commander Rylan Kane, aboard one of Earth's orbital ships, monitored the alien fleet with cold precision. His visor highlighted every ship, every energy signature, and every movement. Not a single alien could move without being seen. "Position the fleet for visual contact," Kane ordered. His voice was calm, but every word carried authority. They need to understand we are ready for any move. Back on the alien flagship, the commander felt a strange unease. They are sending more signals, he muttered. They are waiting for us? Yes, whispered his second-in-command. But not in fear, in control. Kane's team moved silently through orbit. The humans did not rush. Their ships glided like shadows, scanning, observing, and preparing for any possible threat. The aliens expected aggressive action or hesitation, but there was none. A small group of humans deployed a ship closer to the alien flagship. It hovered calmly, sensors active, weapons ready but silent. Inside, Kane's team watched every movement of the alien crew. Their precision and observation unnerved the aliens. This is not negotiation, one alien said quietly. It is a warning. On Earth, the command center monitored the unfolding events. Commander Elena Cross whispered to her officers, "They will soon understand that humanity does not act with fear. We act with calculation, strength, and resolve. That is all they need to see." The alien fleet debated. Some urged retreat. Others considered surrender. They realized their earlier assumptions had been completely wrong. Humans were not like the civilizations they had contacted before. Humans were predators of a different kind. Kane's ship hovered just within visual range of the alien flagship. He projected a calm message. "We see you. We acknowledge your presence. Any action against Earth will be met with calculated response." The aliens froze. Their glowing eyes widened. Their systems buzzed with energy trying to interpret the message. The confidence in human communication was palpable, undeniable, and terrifying. One young alien muttered, "They do not fear us. They do not panic. They are something else." Kane's team continued to move with silent precision, scanning every ship, every crew member, every weapon system. Their calm presence communicated a simple truth. Humans dominate by observation, strategy, and strength. The alien commander finally spoke aloud, voice shaking. "They are not afraid. They are hunters." Kane replied only through his team's actions. No words. Just movement, observation, and readiness. Every human ship positioned itself in a way that demonstrated total control without firing a shot. The alien fleet could not comprehend it. They had faced species that relied on fear and numbers, species that crumbled under pressure. But humans responded with intelligence, preparation, and silent authority. One alien leader whispered in disbelief, "We cannot dominate them, not yet. They are different." The humans were not interested in negotiation or immediate combat. They were here to establish dominance, to teach caution, and to show that Earth was not to be underestimated. The aliens realized for the first time that their approach had been foolish. Every assumption, every calculation, every expectation of fear had been wrong. Humans did not act like other species. They acted like survivors, predators, and protectors of their world all at once. And then the moment of ultimate pause came. The alien fleet hovered, frozen in hesitation. They had reached out expecting an easy advantage. They had found something far more dangerous. Humans who did not fear, humans who did not panic, humans who could dominate without aggression. The galaxy would remember this moment. The aliens had assumed control would be simple. They had assumed submission. But humans were different. And the first contact had already become a lesson in survival and power that the aliens would never forget. The aliens had reached out. And humanity had responded. Not with mercy. Not with fear. With calculated dominance and unshakable authority. The alien fleet hung frozen above Earth, their confidence shattered. Every ship flickered nervously as humans moved with calm precision in orbit. The aliens had expected fear, panic, and hesitation, but none came. Instead, they were met with silent, unstoppable authority. Commander Rylan Kane observed the alien formation through his ship's sensors. "They are frozen," he said to his team. "Perfect. Let's show them why Earth is not to be tested." Humans did not attack recklessly. They demonstrated power with precision. Drones hovered around the alien ships, scanning and mapping every system silently. Energy pulses immobilized the alien vessels for moments at a time, not to destroy but to teach caution. Every human movement was calculated, controlled, and perfectly timed. On the alien flagship, the commander's hands shook. They are not attacking, but they control everything," he muttered. "Every move we make is predicted, anticipated." The aliens realized they were not dealing with a weak planet. Humans were masters of strategy, speed, and adaptation. Each human ship, each weapon system, each orbital drone was designed for maximum efficiency and control. And the humans did not rush. They did not panic. They acted with unshakable confidence. A young alien whispered to his companion, voice trembling, "We have never seen such power. They do not strike, yet they dominate. How is this possible?" Meanwhile, on Earth, Commander Elena Cross monitored every movement. "They will understand soon," she said quietly. "They have underestimated humanity. Let's remind them of our reach." Humans extended their presence further into orbit. Ships moved silently, positioning themselves in ways that surrounded the alien fleet without aggression. Energy shields shimmered around them, invisible walls of authority that warned of deadly consequences if the aliens made the wrong move. The aliens' pride began to crack. They had studied countless civilizations, conquered many, and defeated those who resisted. But humans were different. Their calm, strategic dominance was something the aliens had never encountered. Inside the alien flagship, the Council argued in panic. "We underestimated them," said one. "They are predators, but not like any we know." The commander slammed his fist on the console. "We cannot attack. They will destroy us. We must wait. We must negotiate." But even negotiation felt impossible. Humans did not negotiate with weakness. They responded with controlled power and authority. Every action, every gesture, every preparation communicated the same message. Earth is not to be challenged lightly. The humans then displayed another subtle but terrifying form of control. Satellites, drones, and orbital energy arrays created a web of influence around the alien ships, silently monitoring every signal, every weapon, every movement. The aliens were completely aware that any misstep would be instantly neutralized. One of the younger alien commanders gasped. They don't even fire, yet we are trapped. Controlled, powerless." Kane's team watched calmly. They didn't need to attack to prove dominance. Their presence, their strategy, and their preparation were enough. The aliens had reached out expecting to intimidate humanity. Instead, they were facing a force they could neither threaten nor outmaneuver. For the first time, the aliens understood the terrifying truth. Humans were not just strong, they were deathworlders in spirit. Survivors honed by harsh conditions, capable of dominating predators, threats, and even alien fleets without panic or error. And in that silence, the alien fleet froze completely. Every ship, every crew member, every mind realized they had misjudged humanity entirely. The galaxy had never witnessed this before. A species had called humanity's bluff, and humanity had responded with calm, precise, unstoppable authority. From Earth's orbital station, Elena Cross spoke quietly into the comms. "Let this be their lesson. Humans survive. Humans dominate. Humans decide who lives and who dies, and it is not mercy, it is judgment." Below, the aliens shivered. Their confidence was gone. They had expected fear. They had expected trembling. They had found discipline, strategy, and lethal calm instead. And the humans were just beginning. The aliens had reached out, and now they were learning why humanity was not to be underestimated. The alien fleet hovered silently above Earth, their confidence shattered. Every command console buzzed with panic, every officer whispered in disbelief. They had expected fear and submission, but the humans had responded with calm, measured authority that the aliens could not comprehend. Inside the lead alien ship, the commander paced nervously. "We underestimated them, completely," he admitted. "They do not fear us. They do not beg. They do not panic." One of his officers, trembling, asked, "Then what do they feel? How do we know their intentions?" "They are humans," the commander said grimly. "And humans are not like any species we have ever encountered." On Earth, Commander Rylan Kane observed the fleet through his ship's sensors. "They are panicking," he said quietly to his team. "Good. Let's keep them uncertain. Let's make sure they understand who they are dealing with." Humans did not attack recklessly. They did not fire missiles or energy beams. Instead, they demonstrated control with precision and authority. Orbital drones moved around alien ships, scanning, mapping, and monitoring every system. Energy fields immobilized vessels for moments, just enough to remind the aliens. Any aggression would be met with exacting response. Inside the alien fleet, fear spread quickly. The smaller commanders whispered urgently, debating what to do. Some suggested retreat, others considered surrender. But pride and caution clashed in every mind. They had never faced a species that could dominate without firing a shot. A young alien officer muttered, "They do not threaten, yet we are trapped. They anticipate our every move. They control the situation completely." The lead commander clenched his fists. "They are predators, yes, but not in the way we understand. They are Deathworlders in spirit. Across the fleet, alien crews began to falter. Their systems, though advanced, could not predict human strategy. Every movement was countered before it began, every calculation met with calculated human precision. From Earth's orbital station, Kane issued a calm command: maintain position. Observe. Let them realize we are in control. Every choice they make should remind them of their place. The aliens began to understand the terrifying truth. They had reached out expecting to intimidate and negotiate. Instead, they had encountered a species that dominated through intellect, strategy, and unshakable resolve. Some of the aliens finally admitted aloud, voices trembling, "We cannot fight them. Not now. Not ever. They are stronger than we imagined." Kane's team continued their silent demonstration. They deployed new drones, reconfigured energy shields, and moved human ships to subtly encircle the alien fleet. Not aggressively, but with undeniable authority. The aliens could feel the control even without direct attack. Back on Earth, Commander Elena Cross watched the alien signals with satisfaction. They will understand soon. This is what it means to face humanity. Calculated. Unstoppable. No species can challenge them without consequences. The alien commander sighed heavily. We expected fear, but there is none. Only dominance. Only humans controlling the situation perfectly. We are powerless. The panic in the alien fleet became almost palpable. Leaders argued, officers quivered, and even the most confident ships hesitated. The humans had not fired a single destructive shot, but they had taught the aliens a lesson they would never forget. For the first time, every alien realized that Earth was not just another planet. Its defenders were not ordinary. They were predators, strategists, and unstoppable survivors all at once. The humans of Earth had proven that strength was not only in weapons, but in intellect, strategy, and calm authority. And as Earth's ships hovered silently, observing, calculating, and controlling the situation, the aliens knew a hard truth. They had reached out thinking they were masters. They had found themselves in the presence of true power. The fleet froze completely, suspended in fear, hesitation, and awe. The aliens understood that they had misjudged humanity, and that their mistakes could cost them dearly if they acted without care. Kane's voice echoed in the comms, calm and measured. Humans survive. Humans dominate. And humans decide who is worthy. That is all you need to know. The aliens had expected negotiation, expected fear, expected panic. Instead, they had encountered absolute human dominance. The galaxy would remember this moment. Humanity had sent a signal, aliens had responded, and the result had redefined what power meant across the stars. The alien fleet drifted silently above Earth, tension thick in the void. Their confidence had been shattered. They had reached out expecting submission, fear, or negotiation, but what they had encountered was calculated, unshakable human authority. Inside the alien flagship, the commander's hands shook as he reviewed the fleet's status. Every ship had been scanned, every system measured, every potential threat anticipated. The humans had not fired a single weapon, yet the aliens felt completely trapped and powerless. "We cannot act recklessly," whispered an alien officer. "Their precision, their strategy, it is beyond anything we imagined." The lead commander's gaze swept the horizon of Earth below. The cities glimmered with lights, defense arrays hummed silently, and human orbital ships glided through the sky with flawless discipline. "They are not just strong. They are unstoppable," he admitted. Meanwhile, on Earth, Commander Rylan Kane and his team monitored the fleet. Their calm control was deliberate, their movements precise. "They understand now," Kane said quietly. "We don't need to attack. Observation and dominance are enough. They will think twice before any action against Earth." The aliens began to communicate amongst themselves with unease. Some suggested retreat, others surrender, but all agreed on one truth. Humans were unlike any species they had ever encountered. They did not rely on fear. They did not act recklessly. They acted with intelligence, strategy, and absolute authority. A young alien muttered, voice trembling, "They are predators, not like us, not like any we know. They survive. They dominate. They decide the terms of engagement without even striking." Humans maintained their position silently, projecting calm yet undeniable power. Drones and orbital sensors created a network around the alien fleet, monitoring, analyzing, and controlling the situation. The aliens understood the warning clearly: any hostile move would be met with exacting force. Commander Elena Cross spoke into the comms. "This is Earth. You have seen our capabilities. You have felt our control. Consider your next move carefully. Humans do not strike without purpose, but we strike decisively. The alien fleet began to pull back slightly. Pride fought fear in their hearts, but the reality was unavoidable. Earth was not a planet to be underestimated, and its inhabitants were deathworlders in spirit. They survived where others might fail, they dominated where others might hesitate, and they commanded respect with precision and intelligence. Below, Earth's people continued their routines. Satellites adjusted, drones repositioned, and communication channels remained active. Humans did not celebrate. Victory was never about glory. It was about control, observation, and ensuring survival. The alien commander finally spoke aloud, a mix of awe and fear in his voice. We underestimated them. We assumed weakness. We assumed fear. We assumed chaos. But they are humans. And humans are beyond what we expected. The fleet shifted. Some ships prepared to retreat, others reluctantly acknowledged Earth's dominance. Across the galaxy, news would spread that humanity had confronted an alien fleet and survived without aggression, yet imposed complete control. Humans had not sought war. They had not sought glory. But their presence alone had demonstrated absolute dominance, intelligence, and authority. Every species that learned of this event would remember one fact. Do not underestimate humanity. Do not assume fear. And do not challenge survival instincts honed on a death world. The aliens, humbled and fearful, began to withdraw, carrying with them a lesson they would never forget. Humanity had answered the call, but not with mercy. They had answered with strength, calm precision, and unshakable authority. Kane's team prepared for extraction. Their mission was complete. Earth was safe. The alien fleet had learned its place. Humanity had reinforced its status as a force the galaxy must respect. As the alien ships disappeared into the void, one young Zorati observer watching from another allied planet whispered, They do not fight for glory. They fight for survival. And they dominate every step of the way. The galaxy would soon understand, humans were not ordinary. They were deathworlders in spirit, unmatched in strategy and survival, and unstoppable when protecting their home. And Earth had only just begun to make its mark. The aliens had reached out. And humanity had answered in a way that forever changed the balance of power. The alien fleet had retreated, silent and shaken, drifting back into the void. Above Earth, Commander Rylan Kane and his team watched calmly. Their mission was complete, not through fire, not through aggression, but through calculated authority and unshakable presence. Humanity had sent a warning the galaxy would never forget. Inside the alien flagship, whispers of disbelief and fear spread. Leaders huddled together, trying to comprehend the humans' power. They didn't even attack us, one muttered. Yet we were paralyzed. We were trapped by their observation, their strategy, by their presence. Another voice said, trembling, They are not just survivors. They are deathworlders. Every action is precise. Every choice, deadly if misjudged. On Earth, Kane's team returned to base, their calm faces betraying no emotion. Humans did not need celebration. Victory was never about glory, it was about survival, authority, and enforcing respect. They had faced the alien fleet with strategy and discipline, teaching the universe a lesson in human power. In the days that followed, news spread quietly across the stars. Alien species whispered about Earth, about the humans who responded with calm dominance, and about the fleet that had never expected such strength. Stories began to form. Humans could dominate without firing a single shot. Humans survived where others might fall. Humans commanded respect through intelligence, strategy, and absolute control. Even the Galactic Council convened to discuss Earth. Many species feared the implications. Humans were no longer just another civilization, they were a force beyond imagination. Counselor Arith, observing the reports, said gravely, They are not gods. But they operate as if they are. Calm, strategic, and merciless if provoked. We must recognize their authority. The Zorati and other allied species on Earth's borders spoke in awe. We thought we knew power, one elder whispered. We were wrong. Humans are unstoppable. Back on Earth, life continued as usual. Cities thrived, satellites orbited, and humans prepared silently for the future. They did not seek conquest, but the galaxy had learned to respect their presence. Humans answered the call, not with mercy, not with fear, but with calculated dominance. The aliens who survived carried the memory of humanity with them. They had reached out thinking they were in control. They had encountered discipline, strategy, and raw power beyond comprehension. One alien fleet commander said quietly as his ships drifted into deep space, We underestimated them. Never again will any species assume humanity is weak or fearful. The galaxy would remember that day. Legends began to form of the species that could dominate without aggression, survive against impossible odds, and enforce authority with intelligence and calm precision. Humans were no longer ordinary, they were Deathworlders in spirit, unmatched and unstoppable. On Earth, Kane watched the stars. They know now, he said to his team. They know what it means to face humanity. They will think twice before ever challenging us. That is all we need. Across the void, whispers of fear, respect, and awe spread. Every species that had contact with humanity began to understand one immutable truth. Do not underestimate humans. Do not assume fear. Do not challenge survival itself. The aliens had reached out expecting submission. They had received humanity's answer instead. It was calm. It was precise. It was unstoppable. And in that answer, the galaxy understood something it had never seen before. A species had arrived that would reshape the rules of survival, power, and respect across the stars. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, as if acknowledging the rise of humanity, the species that would never be ignored, defeated, or forgotten. And the humans watched silently, ready for the next call, the next challenge, the next test of survival. Because the